Hello, my name is Ben Alexander and I have autism. And today I'm just gonna get on and give you guys a video a little bit because I know I've been slacking, and I guess I'll give you guys why I've been slacking. I guess first let's just start into why. I work at a flower warehouse, and guess what day it was? Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. Wow, that was busy. I've never worked this hard in my life. I worked from January 27th to February 12th. No days off. I was able to get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. And I'm filming this on Sunday, the 15th. So, yeah, just breathe and exhale at this point. It's like, it was so nice to get 3 days off. Let me tell you what, I slept a lot during Friday and Saturday. I got up earlier, worked on Ben's allergy and restaurant reviews. I've been doing a bunch of allergy and restaurant reviews since I really didn't do a whole lot during that time. I think I did one restaurant. I went to JT's Pizza during that time. And yeah, and I guess I could give you an update what I've tried and what I'm doing. And also, have you heard of a thing called Strawberry and Me? If so, let me know in the comments. I've seen them on Instagram, and I'm working with a coach to kind of help me find a direction in my career right now. Because I got this, Ben A Travels Travel Agency, and obviously the Ben's Allergy and Restaurant Reviews. With Ben's Allergy and Restaurant Reviews being the longest that I've kept a channel. So, I started this channel in June of 2024. So, yeah. Ben's Allergy Restaurant Reviews I started at in November of 2023. And it's been a year since I started a travel agency. And, you know, I'm 25, going to be 26 in less than 2 months. April 7th is when I'll turn 26. So, right now I'm just trying to find stuff to see what sticks in the wall. Like, you know, right now I'm just throwing spaghetti on the wall, see what sticks. And I'm still in that phase. And you'll probably hear me still say this, and I'm still in this phase of life where I'm just trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And yeah, so I'm glad that I got a coach to help me navigate stuff now and just trying to figure out what to do career-wise. So yeah, my job, I think in about a year or so in May, I think I'll have $18 an hour. So I started at 17 and work up to all my way to 18 an hour within a year. So yeah, I'm very excited to try to continue to be there for now and just continue to work at the flower warehouse. And yeah, I've been there for a while. It's since May of 2025, so it's been about 8 months, going to be 9 months at the end of February. So 9 months, wow. And then in May it will be a year since I started working there. So right now I'm just trying to find stuff to do and trying to find ways to get better at the flower warehouse job, and you know, trying to figure out what's best with side hustles and all that stuff too. Because again, unfortunately with this economy, 18 bucks and 17 bucks an hour isn't enough to live off of. But luckily I live with my parents, so that's how I'm able to at least have a little bit of a life, you know what I mean? Like, go on vacation, go on weekend trips, you know, that fun stuff. Because that's really what would be fun, is to do that. I love traveling. I wish I could do it more. And yeah, so I'm very, very excited about what's next. But I just wanted to come on here and just explain what's happening with me. And I know since I got the warehouse job, which again, I needed to get a job. I haven't been posting as much as I was during my unemployment time, so that's kind of the con of the job. But the positive is that I have a career, or possibly a career that can make me money. At least now it's a job that makes me money, and at least for the long term or the short term, who knows what's going to happen. I just don't know what's going to happen. One day layoffs are happening. It's like my job could be gone like that. It's just part of the environment we're in right now, with economics and all that stuff. So I try to make sure that I show up and work hard and be a good teammate as best as I can at work. So yeah, that's all I can do at this point, and try to meet their standards of 85 cases an hour with a 99.5 accuracy rating. I really do well with accuracy. I think the lowest I've ever gotten was at 99.6. So every week since I've been at work, even at the beginning stages, I was always really accurate. And even my manager's like, Ben, you are incredibly accurate. You're doing very well with accuracy. Like, you're doing very, very well. Like, I'm very impressed with you. So I was like, that's great to hear. But yeah, so that's kind of my update with me, and, being in the workplace and being autistic and how I'm managing my autism. Yeah, definitely during that time, like, there were days where I was tired and overstimulated. Like, it's part of that. That's why I have the Shucks earphones or whatever, the over-the-ear stuff. I have those, and I play sports podcasts that kind of help regulate myself a little bit, because I definitely do find myself getting overstimulated at the job because it's a loud environment, but I'm finding ways to manage it and all that stuff by listening to sports podcasts that typically calm me down, because I love sports, and normally it gets me into the zone because I love sports. So yeah, yeah, like I said, I'm hopeful that I'll continue to keep this job and just continue to work, and maybe see what happens from here. And obviously I have a media degree, so if there ends up being another opportunity within media, I'd take that in a heartbeat as well, because that's my degree. And again, that's why I'm doing this as well, is just be like, all right, how do I utilize my media degree that I got from Mount Vernon Nazarene University? I spent over $30,000 on this degree. I better make sure that I make good use of it. It was a lot of money. That degree cost me a lot of money. So I definitely want to make use of the skills that I learned from that degree. And I think that's really all I have to say. I'm going to try to create more videos. Hopefully I'll have more time to sit and watch some movies and do movie reviews. And yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do. Maybe I have a motivational video of me or two. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you a life update of what was happening as it currently stands at February 2026. And yeah, so that's all I have to say for this video. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.